like I need to poop.
What?
It's one of those days. Remember when Joe Biden called them the AFT agents? I'll be walking through places and I will see law enforcement and they'll do a double take at this.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
And then do they eventually smile a little bit or no?
They think the AFT or the ATF is coming through or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what is going on in the mind of law enforcement these days. That's not true.
You're going to get us in trouble.
I visit with a lot of law enforcement, okay? Because when I do live shows, we always have off-duty cops who are there for security and stuff like that. I always make sure to go. I try to go talk to them.
They love you, by the way. Every time I go anywhere with you, they always know who you are and come up to you.
Well, I've been a big supporter of law enforcement.
Yes.
Right? And, so I did a podcast the other day with my friend Eric Levine, who's a cop. He's got a cop-based podcast called Two Cops, One Donut. And it's a pretty good show. It's a long-form podcast, so we did a couple hours.
Wow.
And we talked about my relationship with law enforcement and this whole back the blue thing, which, after the Uvalde deal, a lot of people are like, well, you're still back in the blue. Yeah. And I'm willing to give even those guys the benefit of the doubt because I wasn't me getting shot at, you know what I'm saying? But there were still errors that were made. We've talked about that. But anyway, I try to support law enforcement as much as I can. So I try to talk to them as much as I can and visit with them. But I'm scared because this whole defund the police and this villainizing of law enforcement, good people are leaving that job.
Correct.
Right? And bad elements are taking that job. So now they'll hire any warm body.
Right.
That's out there, and that's not the kind of person you want to be giving that level of authority to. Right? So they're dealing with that in a big way.
A lot of big cities, the police chief himself is corrupt. Therefore, only the corrupt ones stay.
Right.
And the other ones get weeded out.
Yeah.
So you're left with cops that you go, well, yeah, I guess I'd be in favor of defunding them. Because that's not what we want.
Democratic Socialist Representative Jamaal Bowman, however you say their name, elected to represent New York's 16th Congressional District on December 29th, 2020. His district encompassing most, if not all precincts, 45, 47, and 50 in the Northern Bronx region. That's AOC territory up there, kind of close. Pretty sure that's right there, her deal too. They've seen a 30% spike in violent crime because he's a defund the police socialist.
It's not
so
just there either.
Of course they have.
It's Chicago. It's all of these places that they've
And I go back to what I said on the show last night. I won't go to these places. I won't do shows in Manhattan anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't really doing shows there anyway because they just don't. That ain't where my demo is. One of my agents called me a couple of weeks ago and said, "Do you want to do 3 nights in Chicago?" I was like, "Absolutely not.
I don't want to die.
Absolutely not. I don't want to do a show in Chicago." Play it.
People living here on West 21st Street between 8th and 9th Avenues are trying to cope with an influx of drug addicts who have turned their once lovely neighborhood into a 24-hour drug and sex den. It's become the go-to destination for dealers and users. The drug of choice, crystal methamphetamine. To make matters even worse, all of this is happening in front of a school. Fox 5 was first there in June at PS 11, where parents tell us their children have seen way too much nudity, sex acts, drug use, and threatening behavior. For parents picking them up from school, it's like a walk through Dante's Inferno.
We have people going around the block for the past 3 years, taking drugs, having sex in the basements, break-ins, different type of intrusions. But basically, we feel like the area is not safe for our kids.
So basically, Hunter Biden lives there. Basically, that's a place where Hunter Biden goes. He frequents between 8th and 9th Avenue. Has
right
sex down in the basement and does some crystal methamphetamine. How often do you have sex?
Regularly.
That doesn't tell me a damn thing.
No, it doesn't.
Does it?
I wasn't aware that we were going to be discussing that.
Well, I wasn't aware either. But you know what? I can ask.
Do you know that this is me?
You can not answer.
Awkwardly changing the subject. But doesn't it tell you so much how little they care about the kids that they don't even give their schools names other than PS 11? Like,
Yeah,
they couldn't
that's
even
bad,
just
right?
name it. They're just like outside PS 11. Like
Yeah.
they're just numbered. That's how little they care about those kids.
Well,
there.
you can't because whoever you name it for probably owned a slave. Or oppressed Native Americans.
Well, even these days, it's like the people who fought for the slaves you still can't have if they were white.
No,
So
you know what? I still got tequila left from yesterday. I'm gonna drink it.
Oh.
It's probably still good, right?
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
got a little film of dust on top of it.
Alcohol kills everything. So you can it kills whatever goes
That's
in
why
the
I
glass.
don't get COVID.
That's why.
Nothing can survive in my body,
Why did I get it?
including my liver. Oh, that's right. We can't talk about the C word.
Okay.
It's going to be a violation if we talk about the C word. Now, let me tell you something that's very disconcerting.
Uh-oh.
So, CJ's kid got sick. One of her kids got sick the other day. And so I was looking up some stuff, some home remedy stuff for the deal. If you just do a Google search of why kids get sick when school starts back, you're going to get a whole list of the C word. They don't talk about anything else. There's no flu, there's no colds, there's no cooties, none of that. They talk about COVID. That every single article, every listing, automatically referred me to COVID.
Well, it's interesting too because as it progressed, they basically have listed every symptom you could ever have as one of the possible symptoms as well.
Yeah.
So
It's
any
everything.
symptom leads
It really
to
is all encompassing.
Yeah.
It's eradicated everything.
Well, luckily we have a solution.
What's that?
I'm not going to say because
You can't say it.
Well, I mean,
It
it's
may affect your.
very safe and effective.
It
It's
may
just-
affect your menstrual cycle.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, not me.
But let's talk about this. Let's talk about a surefire way to kill people. Planned Parenthood. Every time two people walk into Planned Parenthood, only one walks out.
That is.
So
Well, one of them's not walking
I
in,
mean,
but yeah.
they're popping off. They got a 50% mortality rate.
If
Well,
they
it's
do
true.
their jobs
Prove
correctly.
me wrong.
It's true.
But they're preparing for the midterm election. They're spending $50 million on campaigns and outreach.
That is so
See,
gross.
that should be illegal.
That is so gross. It is so gross that they have that much money to spend just on campaigns.
Yeah. Well, again, they're about health care.
Right, of course.
You know,
They just exist
only
so that women
3% of their
Right.
business is from abortions.
women can they only do women's pap smears, right?
Me too. I don't know what I'm smearing. I don't know what I'm papping. How do
think you
you
do know.
smear the pap?
It's just not a thing that
Come
we're gonna,
on, Sarah.
It's not a
You're a horrible work wife. We don't get to have any pillow talk. No intimate conversations.
Wait, if that's your pillow talk, I have
issue
to tell
is-
you, you're doing it all wrong.
You don't know. Don't kink shame me. When I found out your husband had left the building, it was game on, sister. You think me and Steven don't talk about the same stuff? We don't, as a point in fact.
Yeah, that is true.
When I'm around your husband, I do most of the talking.
That is true.
That's true. But he can kill you with a look. Royal Air Force head of recruitment, a woman, quit over UK diversity policy that excludes white men. They don't want white men in the military. And that's in the UK too.
Too toxic.
Yeah. But she resigned. She resigned in protest of a diversity policy. Says impossible targets, and it jeopardizes UK national security.
Good for her.
White male applicants are being excluded from job offers in the Royal Air Force under diversity guidelines. They should really be glad that we're nice. I mean, if we're the majority, and we are, we could really F some things up.
Well, especially if you're as toxic as they say you are.
Yeah. We own all the guns.
Mm-hmm.
And we really hate minorities and women.
Apparently.
So, you know,
That's a great
if it were
point.
true, then all of our neighborhoods would look like that city in New York right there between 8th and 9th Avenue. We would be having sex in the basement with whoever we wanted to.
Yeah.
You can't fight us off.
Right.
We're stronger than you. I'm going to go get it and I'm going to take it. Either we having sex or I'm having sex. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But think about it. If that's what we wanted,
That's a good point.
we could have that.
Yeah.
We could have all the money. We could have all the sex. We could have all of the drugs, all of the everything. We could take it. Like we could go to Hollywood and just take over if we wanted to. We could. We could go to Beverly Hills and just have all the mansions. Everything up in the hills. We can have it if we wanted to. But we don't because we've got, well, that thing that they don't believe we have, like self-control and morals and values and a conscience.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, you know, Southern white men, I'm wearing my y'all hat. Yes, it's spelled correctly. The apostrophe is in the right spot.
Do people not realize that?
They don't. Some people think it's Y-A-apostrophe-L-L.
No, it's you
Y'all
all.
is not a word.
Yeah, it's you all.
Yeah, you all. The apostrophe is the Y for you and apostrophe all. Y'all. If you don't like it, you Yankees can put Ewans on a hat.
Which, by the way, you can find that hat at 76forever.com.
Yeah, you can. For enough money, I'll sell you this one right here. Like this little, I'll spit in it and give it to you.
Ew.
I'll lick it. I'm toxic. Bro. Don't kink shame me.
It'll be like the socks.
But
from
no,
yesterday.
the socks. You do not want those socks. You buy you a whole new pair of socks from blazesocks.com. We are off the rails. But the thing about Southern white males is, by and large, we do know how to kill things.
Yes.
So you should want us, the man should want us in his military.
That's what I don't get. I mean, it's not just the UK, though. It's obviously the United States military as well. They're just focusing on all the wrong
All of
things.
it.
Like, I want the killing machines in the military, please.
I some things need killing. You know, I posted the picture we went with Troy Broussard, T. Roy Broussard from Swamp People. We went alligator hunting with him, you know, in last alligator season, which is about to start up again. And I posted a picture on Instagram to give his business a little bump, and people losing their mind. I can't believe you're killing it. Oh, you're going to eat all of that? Well, no, there's other reasons to kill things like alligators because
take over.
They can become significant pests.
Yes.
Pests that can eat you. I just blows my mind that people don't understand conservation. But like, if we could go out there and kill alligators, now that's some redneck shit right there. I mean, what goes into trapping and killing an alligator? That's some redneck stuff.
Yeah, probably.
So that's the kind of person I want in the military.
Right. Yes.
Is my point I'm getting to.
Yes, I agree. And the ones who kill squirrels and eat them.
Yeah. Booby
Which
traps.
Is also some redneck shit.
Yeah. I mean, I used to kill squirrels.
I remember speaking to you about this for the first time. I was like,
I mean, when I was 4 years old, I killed my first squirrel, skinned it and ate it.
Oh.
Cooked it.
How do you cook a squirrel?
Well, you can make a stew out of it. You can fry it. You can bake it.
What does the meat taste like?
It's not great. It's not great. It's a rat with a good reputation.
Is it gamey?
Yeah, it's gamey. But it could be a little tough. But, you know, you do it right with some white gravy and let that thing really soak. It's pretty good. I mean, it's all right. Okay. You can live off of it. But I'm not a fan of squirrel. I don't eat squirrels anymore because I grew up eating squirrels and rabbits, right? So a lot of the things, like I'll eat doves now, but for the longest time I wouldn't eat doves.
Yeah.
Because
I'm eating dove.
I didn't think my grandmother made them very well. Like I always thought they tasted a certain way, and then I learned how other people cook them. I was like, okay, it's pretty good.
That's like,
and by and large, I don't kill things that I'm not intending to eat, right?
okay.
I try to. Now, alligators, that serves a purpose.
Right.
We're using their hides, and we are eating them.
I do like alligator.
We're eating the alligator. Eat their tail.
Also, like, I don't understand when it's something like an alligator that's such a dangerous creature. Like, are we supposed to feel bad for the alligator?
And by the way, with alligators, they are protected. They are. You can't just go out there and you have to have a license to do it. You have certain amount of tags
well,
that the
that's why there's
state
a season,
gives you.
right?
So you just can't go out there and just start killing a federally protected animal like
Right.
an alligator. You can't do that. There's a certain season. It's only like 22 days long every year, and they give you a tag.
Yeah.
And if you use up those tags, that's why those guys that go out there, alligator hunters, they get paid by the foot. So they want to make sure they're getting big alligators. You don't want to catch a bunch of babies because you still have to put the same tag on a little alligator as a big alligator.
That makes sense.
So if you got a 6-foot alligator versus a 12-foot alligator, you want to make sure you're doing it right. So there's kind of a redneck science that goes into this thing that you got to make sure, because it's a business, right?
Well,
so
you rednecks are smart.
Yeah, those are the kind of people I want in the military, though.
Absolutely.
They are. So anyway, you got to sell something.
You don't want the transgenders?
What about the transgenders?
You don't want them in the military?
No, I don't. I don't want somebody that's dealing with hormones like that. I mean, personally, I don't think women should be in the military.
I agree with you.
I don't
agree
think
with
women
you.
should be in the
They have
military. I
absolutely
just
no
don't
place.
think that's the place for women
No,
to be.
it's not.
Now that's not me being sexist, and you can be pissed
No.
off all you want to. But like if I'm going to war, you know, I'm not saying they shouldn't have something to do maybe administratively or something like that in regards to that. They can type. But if I'm on a battlefield, I'd rather
What am I
have
supposed to do with
I'd rather
this?
have, you know, Jock backing me up than Susan.
Chad, that's worse than telling them they're not supposed
That
to.
was
come.
worse.
But I really don't give a shit.
I
Like,
know you-
I'm just telling you, that's
Honey,
the way
I know you
that's the way I feel
Sweetheart,
about it.
sweetheart, you can join the military. You just have to be behind a desk, honey.
Yeah, if
I mean,
don't
I
work,
get
here's
it.
$5
Listen, you
for
can
some
push a
makeup.
pencil. I don't want you slinging lead. That's my deal.
I mean, I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
All these women, oh, we want equality. We want equality. No, we don't.
No,
Actually,
you don't.
shut your mouth.
You don't.
No, we don't. I don't want to be in the draft. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
And that's not to say that we're going long on this segment, but I want to be clear here. It's not to say that some women aren't badasses.
Right.
I mean, I all due respect to women.
Right.
I just don't think they should be in the military.
Yep.
And listen, if you disagree with me, let me just say, I don't think you believe it either, because here's the deal. Let's just take away the draft. No drafts for men. When we have a draft, just do all women. Just do all women. Oh, no, we don't want that. We just want some women. No, screw that. Do all women. Our military should only be women. Now, does that make sense to you?
Nope.
If it shouldn't be only women, now would we be okay if it was only men?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd be okay with that, because they'd get the job done.
Right.
Like, oh, what's the job? War.
Right.
But what if it was only women? Oh, no, we just want some women. We got to have just enough women to fill the quota. Okay, well, then if there's a quota to it, then there should just be none.
Right. Yep.
Let the quota be none. Because if they can't do the entire job, then they shouldn't be
doesn't
doing
make
any of
sense.
the job.
Yep.
And I stand by that.
Good for you.
Stand by that. All right, listen, get the socks, folks. They're cramming these socks down my throat here at the Blaze.
Go
And they
buy
are
them.
good socks. And they're fun socks. Now, I wear boots, and so the key for me is I like to, pull my socks up above the calf.
Mm-hmm.
But, sometimes when you get home, you're doing a hibbity-dibbity, you kick them boots off. The girls go see them socks.
Ooh, she's gonna see
And
Ron
they want to
DeSantis.
see Donnie Trump on my
Yeah.
socks.
Ron DeSantis riding
Ron
on an
DeSantis,
alligator.
nothing turns. What was it that Carrie Lake said the other day? Big DeSantis energy.
Yeah.
My socks give me big DeSantis energy. All right? People were pissed off because she used the phrase BDE.
Mm-hmm.
I like Carrie Lake. She's all right. So far, what I could tell.
She snubbed
I mean,
me.
I
That's
got
fine.
complaints about everybody. I'm talking about as a person.
She snubbed me. That's fine.
She doesn't snub me.
Oh.
She came to me for pictures.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to take a picture with her and she walked right past.
For Alex Stein.
He was the one taking the picture.
Well,
I
she's
think
not
she
on
thought,
any of these socks, okay? But let me tell you, the socks are going to be gone by August 22nd. But my favorite ones are the Klaus Schwab ones, but you can get the Joe Biden ones. You can get all the packs, okay? Go get them. So if you're a subscriber to the Blaze, if you use Blaze sub, you're going to get 20% off if you use the email that you use to sign in to your Blaze account. But go to blazesocks.com, use code BLAZESUB, 20% off. Get them before they're gone. They're fun. We do this every year, and we want you to be part of the club. blazesocks.com. We'll be right back. All right. Golly, I love it when I go to break and I start getting messages. People text me. It is always like the time when I can't respond.
Right.
It is always the world is ending.
Of course.
The world is ending.
Usually when I get done with my show, I have like 20 unread text messages. I'm like,
Dude,
can't
it's
people really?
crazy. Well, it's frustrating because I told everybody that I lost my contacts last week. Apple ate my calendar. They ate my email account, all of my contacts. I was able to get the calendar and the email account back on, but contacts are somewhere in the ether. And I know everybody's going, you're going to get them from the cloud.
Do people really back their stuff up on the cloud?
Oh, my God.
I can't remember the last time I did that.
Mine's on an auto backup, but trust me, I've taken all the routes. The Biden administration cancels $3.9 billion in federal loan debt for former ITT Technical Institute students. So the borrowers with the federal student loans for ITT Technical Institute will have their loans forgiven. The Education Department stated that the college misrepresented the value of its program. The former students are protected under the federal borrower defense rule. Anyway.
They couldn't tell when they watched the ITT Tech infomercial that might not be the best investment.
I don't want to say anything about that. I've already pissed all the women off. I don't want to talk about our technical students, which, trust me, I think more people should go that route.
I do too.
Because screw the university system. I say that with 2 college graduates and 2 that are in.
Well, it's just if they're running infomercials in the middle of the day after Judge Mathis, that might not be.
We're going to call this one the common sense episode right here.
Not be the best investment.
I'm late at night watching TV, eating pizza, and trying to tone down from drinking tequila all night long before I go to bed. And the thing comes on and says, "Are you over 40? You may be suffering from low T." I want to be suffering from low T. All the dumb shit I've done in my life was on high T. So I'd kind of like to keep that where it's at right now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow about my tea. I want to talk about my tea. So Trump, apparently the federal government's going to give Donald Trump his passports back.
How kind and benevolent of them.
And could people please stop saying, why does he have multiple passports? Because he was president of the United States, stupid. And there's a diplomatic passport. You have one as a citizen, and then you have one as the president. It's a black cover passport.
Well, why didn't you shred it? Because he wanted to keep it. Who fucking cares?
I've got my expired passports. He had an expired passport. Yeah. He had a valid passport. He had a diplomatic passport.
Also, it wasn't supposed to be part of what they were taking, and they took it anyway. Could we maybe focus on that rather than why he had it?
Pay attention to that? I don't know, man. The whole thing has me nervous.
It's the perfect cover for them.
It is. And let me tell you something. If they put that man in handcuffs and they do that, we will. It's going to be.
We're not coming back from that.
No. It's going to be game on. Mm-hmm. It will be game on, just on the sheer principle of the thing.
Yeah.
The fact that these people can go out there and just adjust the laws and the justice system however they want to fit their narrative. Like they've been bound and determined this whole time to get Donald Trump indicted on something. I mean, they've been bound and determined. And even if it's nothing more than a photo op, to just get that image.
Yeah.
The whole thing pisses me off.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going this far, where do they stop other than that?
And again, you know me. I've always caught hell for just saying, I'm not worshiping the ground Trump walks on. I'll call him out.
Yeah.
Like, I think with me, I appreciated a lot of the things Trump did. There's a lot of things Trump did I didn't appreciate, but it was entertaining. Mm-hmm. And I didn't get triggered when he did stuff where I was like, bro, I didn't lose my mind. People lose their mind over Trump.
Yeah.
They lose
on both sides.
Yeah. And but let's go back even further. We talked about yesterday, Liz Cheney is out. Maybe that ends the Cheney dynasty. We don't know. Do you remember how much they hated Dick Cheney?
Yes.
They hated him. And George W. Bush. Now Bush is their buddy.
Yep.
Like him and Michelle Obama are, sending sweet nothings over the phone. I mean, they're buddies, trading candy.
Yeah, wasn't it funny how they tried to make George W. Bush also sound like the biggest, most staunch conservative of all time? And it's like, look at him now. Look at him now. All of the money that he gave to Liz Cheney, all of the things he's come out against Donald Trump about. I mean...
And there's things I don't trust anymore about any of this stuff. Like Jim Jordan comes out the other day. Actually, we have that clip talking about the whistleblowers. Can you play that real quick?
The template never changes with these guys. It's the left creates a lie, big media, mainstream press reports the lie, big tech amplifies the lie, and then when we try to tell the truth, they call us names and try to cancel us and tell the world that, we're the ones not being square with them. So the country, though, the good news is they figured it out, and I'll tell you who else has figured it out, Trey. And you and John, with your background in law enforcement, appreciate this. 14 FBI agents have come to our office as whistleblowers, and they are good people. There are lots of good people in the FBI. It's the top that's the problem. But some of these good agents are coming to us telling us this is baloney what's going on, the political nature now of the Justice Department. God bless them for doing it, coming and talking to us about the school board issue, about a whole host of issues. I mean, it's becoming a well-worn trail of agents who say this has got to stop.
So, do you believe that?
I have a pretty hard time believing it.
I have a hard time believing it. Chris, you say no? I don't believe it. I don't think Jim Jordan's telling the truth right there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, I feel like we would have heard a lot more about it.
Yeah.
rather than just.
I think
they
they're
came to my
projecting what
office.
they want to be true.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's true. Like, I don't believe any of that anymore.
Yeah, perhaps he's trying to encourage.
I hope I'm wrong.
Right. Perhaps he's trying to encourage other, like if he's saying, oh, there are already whistleblowers.
Yeah, you can come forward too. Yeah.
Right, maybe.
And I'm not a fan of Trey Gowdy. Like,
I'm not
he's a weird dude, man.
He is.
You know?
Everything about him is
Weird. Like, bro, what are you doing? And look, I'm pissed everybody off today. I don't care. We love Trey Gowdy. Whatever. I don't care. Really, Trey Gowdy wouldn't piss in your ear if your brain was on fire. Doesn't care about you.
He's a little theatrical for my taste.
Bit. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't piss in Brandon's ear if his brain was on fire.
I probably wouldn't either. I had to think about it, but
I mean, my brain's on fire, Sarah.
oh my God. Is that another one of your kinks?
Yeah, no.
R. Kelly.
No, because I'm not Donald Trump.
Yeah.
What do you think about Elijah Schaefer? You like him?
Elijah is our friend.
Is he? Is he? So, he's doing that little live stream thing. And he's got his little home studio set up.
Have you done it yet?
I'm supposed to do it on the 27th.
Are you?
And I'm looking for ways to get out of it. I'm honestly looking for ways to get out of it.
It's fun.
Hey, Chad, don't do that, because if you jump out, then he'll text me, can you jump in?
And he'll want you to get in on it.
And then he'll want me to get in it like he did last week, and then pull down the whole show because...
Now, you and Jorge were on it.
We were.
And y'all bailed on him.
We bailed on him.
Mid-show.
Because...
I know, you don't have to say it.
Okay.
He was trying to get you to say things.
Yes.
Now I want to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you during the break.
Okay. Wow.
I'll tell you during the break. But Elijah helped co-produce the next Uncle Tom.
Yes.
Uncle Tom 2.
Yes.
And I was texting him the other day. He said, are you coming to the premiere? I was like, yeah. He goes, okay, good. I got a ticket for you. And I said, I'm going to need 2 because I'm bringing my slave. It's Uncle Tom movie, man. He wants to see it. It's the whole deal.
See, I thought when he told me that joke in private that he wouldn't just say it publicly on the show, but here we are.
This is how we joke. There's nothing off limits. There's nothing off limits. People take that out of context. There's nothing, we joke about everything here. I didn't go to PS2 elementary school.
Yeah. Or ITT Tech.
Exactly.
That's what comedy is.
Nothing.
People.
That's what comedy is. No one's forgiven my debts. Hey, folks, the world is chaotic. We know that. Be prepared. Don't be a victim. I personally stockpile ready hour emergency food from My Patriot Supply. I want you to do the same thing. My Patriot Supply is America's largest preparedness company, so you could trust them. They've been around for a while. They do it, and they do it well. They've served millions of families, and they're ready to serve you too. Now, I've worked out a special deal with them to make it easier for you to stock up on emergency food. And I really want you to go, because while we were down, the YouTube thing was down, My Patriot Supply took a big hit because we weren't promoting them. People weren't seeing the ads or hearing the ads. So I want you guys to go to preparewithchad.com. If you're putting it off, now's the time to do it. You'll save $250 on a Ready Hour 3-month emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. That's a 3-month kit. It's got a wide variety of delicious meals, provides over 2,000 calories a day is what you need. Make sure you got a kit for every person in the family. Preparewithchad.com, $250 off per kit. Your order's going to ship fast, free, and it's going to be discreet. So be prepared. Ready Hour foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to preparewithchad.com. We'll be right back. Oh, look at this. I'm going to take a little sip of tequila. Then I'm going to wax eloquent.
I'm mad that I finished mine yesterday.
We'll get you some more in a little bit. Oh, thank God. I don't know about you, but this prosaic political pavement-pounding pundit was worried that Twitter wasn't going to get involved in the upcoming midterms and make sure that their platform isn't a breeding ground for hate and misinformation. That's what I was really hoping for. Now imagine the tears of relief I wept when my eyes fell upon their recent announcement that they would be taking steps to protect civic conversation heading into election season. Those are their words, actually. That's not just some broad claim either. No, they have a civic integrity policy That's right, for users in the United States now, which they test drove through the elections in Philippines, Kenya, Australia, Brazil, and India just recently. Now, this policy is going to seek out tweets that, quote, undermine confidence in an election or give, quote, misleading information about how you can vote. It's also going to, and here's a good part, crack down on suppression, intimidation, and fake accounts. First of all, you better be careful there, Twitter, because if Elon Musk is right, you might accidentally take down your whole platform in a single blow if you go after all those bot accounts. Anyway, the reason that last part is so important is because it's what we in the spoken word industry like to refer to as a blanket statement. So this gives Twitter carte blanche to pretty much go after whomever they so desire and silence them on a whim. So long as you can tack one of those adjectives to your descriptor of something someone tweeted, well, you're as golden as the toilet seat in Donald Trump's bathroom. Now, I don't want to tread too much over threadbare and worn territory because we've been talking about this for years on this show, about the excesses of Twitter in pursuing anyone who might say something controversial if it happens to align with the right side of the political aisle, while conveniently leaving far more controversial figures on the left alone, except, when the woke gods occasionally demand that one of their own be devoured as a human sacrifice. I mean, shit happens. So let's deal specifically with the upcoming elections, okay? First and foremost, you have to know that the Democrats in elected office and the heads of both the mainstream and social media landscapes are collectively just pooping their pants right now just every time they contemplate November. The vision of utopia, that ever-marching coalition of ideological progressive thought, the dream of a city on a hill shining and twinkling in the sun from untold numbers of spent needles and foil wrappers covering government cheese, all of that stands upon the precipice of destruction if you're a member of the left. And I get it. It's got to be disheartening to think that by this time next year, Joe Biden might be a lamer duck than he already is, governing even more ineffectually from his isolated fortress of senility. Now, it's hard to think that, short of some situation in which the Republicans in this country slip on every banana peel and step on every rake imaginable, that we're going to see a fundamental shift away from the BS we've been living with. Now, finally, I understand the argument that Twitter is a private company and they can censor whoever the hell they want. As I've said before, I hope Elon Musk eventually buys the damn company and then shuts it down the next day. I really do. I mean, where would all the blue hairs go if they didn't have that particular nest to land in? Folks, it comes down to this. Twitter's a piece of garbage. They're crap. They're shit, okay? It might be a necessary piece of shit right now, but it is what it is. It's still shit. You can shine that turd any way you want at 280 characters a pop. You hear the phrase parallel economy thrown around a lot, and maybe that's the answer. Maybe we need a better platform that actually gets popular enough to replace Twitter in our lives. We don't have one yet, right? That's still the town square as it is. Either way, as we move into November, if you're the type of person who tweets a lot of politics, you better clench your butt cheeks because it's about to get rowdy. You will get shut down. And I'm going to wear it like a badge of honor. Mm-hmm. Bastards. Are you on Truth Social?
I am.
I'm on it, but I don't use it.
I don't either.
I'm too busy. I'm fighting.
Yes.
I'm in the fight.
And also, look. It takes up a lot of time to post on all of these platforms.
Copy and paste.
Even that. It's all I can do to keep up with all of my other stuff.
Who are we talking about at the break? Oh, yeah, Terrence Williams. Terrence, a long time ago, he goes, because I was like, I couldn't grow Twitter. For the longest time, I had 11,000 followers on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah, this was years ago.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day. This is back when nobody knew who Terrence Williams was.
Okay.
Nobody who knew Chad was. I only had 11,000 followers. Yeah. But Terrence, back when he was a lowly mortal like the rest of us, not making appearances on Gutfeld and selling out packed auditoriums, he's like, man, you just gotta copy and paste whatever you put on Facebook, put it on Twitter. And I was like, yeah, but I don't think that's because I talk differently on Facebook than I do on Twitter.
It is a much different medium, I feel.
Yeah. I'm like at your throat on Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
Follow me at Watch Chad.
Yeah.
And at Sara Gonzales TX on Twitter.
But Facebook is more like long form, I feel.
Yeah.
And Twitter's more, I'm just going to get to the point and
every one of my Facebook pages is different. Like on my personal and then on the Chad Prather page, both blue check verified. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sending you requests to chat with me. Okay, that's a fake account.
That's not Chad.
That's not me. I'm not sending you private message me so we can get to know one another better. That's 100% sure.
He only sends those to me. Okay.
I am not chatting with people in the DMs. I don't do that. All right. People send me messages like, "Oh, I'm here. You told me to chat with you. Please go away."
Yeah.
And I mean that in the nicest way, because my mother called me the other day. My poor, sweet, innocent mother. She calls me. And, for the longest time, I knew someone was using her image and her name as a fake account, and I was reporting it. But they were trying to scam people using my mother. And I was like, she doesn't need to know. Well, finally, I broke down and I told her. And she's like, what do I do? And I go, there's nothing you can do, right? So one of her actual friends got scammed out of money last week.
No.
From one of these assholes, posing as her, saying she needed surgery and all this kind of stuff. My mother is fine. Trust me. I have the check stubs to prove it. I take care of her just fine. But, my brother and sister-in-law are right there on the scene taking care of my mom as well. So y'all she's fine.
So
still feisty.
Chad's not giving you his Cash App.
So
okay, that's not him.
I mean, maybe. But the point I was going to make is I'm different on every one of those Facebook pages.
Yes.
So the Watch Chad Prather page is a lot of times Chris is posting Blaze stuff, the videos, and Blaze posts articles on there. Political Cowboy, I don't know if it reaches anybody anymore, even though it's got 1.5 million followers on it. But Chad Prather, I try to motivate people. I try to put some humor out there. I put the reels, I put the videos, the truck videos. Occasionally share these videos over there to it, stuff like that. But Twitter, it's the dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Can
I tell you something?
And I enjoyed Instagram, but they got me so shadow banned.
That really cracks me up on your Facebook.
What?
Whenever you post something insightful and someone's like, I just love it when you talk about Jade.
But these people they're convinced I put her in the basement and put her in an oil drum or something.
It's just like, boy, you haven't been paying attention for a while, have you?
She moved on with her life.
Yes.
I hope.
Everyone has.
I wish her well.
Yes.
No hard feelings.
No.
Except for when I write a check every quarter. But no hard feelings. No hard feelings. She's doing okay.
Trust us.
She's doing okay. But and I do. I wish her the best. I haven't. But people do. They want to get in your business. Well, apparently, she got traded in for. Just stop.
Yeah, y'all.
Just stop.
There's a lot you don't know.
There's a lot that's there. But again. Hopefully she's not practicing with iTarget Pro. Listen, if there ever was a story that encapsulated how bad crime has become, it's the one about the Starbucks providing baristas, I don't know how to say that word, the people that make the coffee. They gave them active shooter training because cities aren't safe anymore. And while the Supreme Court has made it easier for you to conceal carry for protection, it's your responsibility to be properly trained. That's why I do endorse iTarget Pro. It's a system that allows you to dry fire practice with your actual firearm anytime in the safety and privacy of your own home. No more inconvenient trips to the range. You're going to save a ton on practice ammo. Just download iTarget's proprietary app, load the laser bullet into your firearm, and start your training experience. You're going to improve muscle memory, reaction speed, sight alignment, trigger control, and more. And it's just fun. iTarget Pro is going to come in all the major calibers. You can even use it in your AR-15 because it comes in 223. You can stay sharp with pretty much any firearm you own. Plus, I'll save you 10%, plus get you free shipping when you use offer code CHAD. I spell it Chad. Just go to itargetpro.com right now. It's the smartest investment in your ability to safely and effectively handle your firearm. It's going to pay for itself in a day. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's the letter I, targetpro.com. itargetpro.com. Use offer code Chad, and we'll be right back. Ruins the whole thing for me. It ruins the whole thing for me. I wish you knew what we were talking about during the break.
The stuff we talk about during the break.
Yeah. Play a couple of clips here. Play the clip about the parking tickets.
I don't deal with encampments. I'm parking enforcement.
Yeah, parking over the street too.
So there's a special unit that deals with that. I am not that special unit. So if you want to file a complaint, you need to go to the Find It, Fix It app and put in a complaint about the encampment.
Okay. More people down there too parking legally. All the trailers.
Again, that stuff is dealt with by the Abandoned Vehicle Squad.
Okay.
They get well over 500 complaints a day from citizens who are complaining about abandoned vehicles.
Yeah, but don't complain about that guy.
Are you questioning how I'm doing my job?
I'm
because
just saying.
I simply was driving by and I saw a car that was in the prohibited
There's
area.
a bunch of like shit going around Seattle. I was like, yo, you get these citizens here who like probably live in these apartments here, but you
That
don't get these
doesn't mean
people.
you can park illegally.
How about those people park illegally there?
Sir, I just told you what the process is.
I'm
If
just saying.
if you have a complaint about the process,
Yeah.
you need to contact the mayor's office because we are under very strict regulations about how we are allowed to deal with
So you
the
don't.
contaminants.
So you want to take care of the actual crime here, but then the citizens. That
I
might live in
don't.
these
I am not a
apartments.
police officer. I deal with vehicles.
All right. So, so many things I want to say. That is Seattle. That is basically a meter maid, for lack of better terms, I guess, who goes around giving tickets to homeowners who have a vehicle that's parked wrong or whatever. Maybe they're in a violation of a parking meter or something. But the homeless people, they're not going to deal with that. You got to call a whole other division for that. And then she's going to use all of her authority to give you the ticket. But then I'm not a police officer.
Right.
So I'm not going to
doesn't have
deal
that authority.
like that's a whole other thing to deal with those people and what they're doing because they're parking their stuff down there and basically living out of it.
Yeah.
Right? Not going to deal with that. What's that? We have more of the homeless. Seattle. Do it. Let's play it. I love the homeless.
Urban Trail just south of Northwest 25th Street. Second-hand information about 2 possibly dead bodies in a tent on the trail. Subject that told this to the caller went into the blackberry bushes and the caller didn't want to stay on the phone. North 125 interurban trail just to the south. Linear 2 en route. Clear up. Lincoln 3 Northwest.
Hey bud, this is Whitehead. I just want to give you a heads up on your call. I don't know if you knew this or not, but there's a very large encampment on the interurban trail break.
Wow.
They've set up kind of a makeshift shanty town with chain link fences and plywood and stuff. Super dangerous area, and there was a suicide call on third watch there last night. I don't know what the outcome of that was.
I got you. I appreciate the update.
All right, man. Going back north.
So, I mean, that's sad. That's sad. It's infuriating. It's also sad. But I mean, that's a walking trail. And that's Seattle again. I've seen some of the images of Seattle recently. I mean, these shanty towns just popping up. I mean, it's not just a little corner of the woods. I mean, they're taking over they're blocks and blocks of areas. And again, this is what Democrat-run cities give you.
Yes.
This is what you get.
Yes.
You know, and I know there's people out there who say, "Oh, you red states, y'all couldn't survive without the blue states and all this kind of stuff." Yeah, you might want to break down your stats a little better than what you're doing because you guys start putting things into the line items that if it wasn't for the blue states, red states wouldn't be dealing with that crap. So yeah, I'm willing to take a fair shot at it.
Yeah.
If y'all do your thing, let us do our thing, and let's just have our little separation.
I liked in that first video, they just did like very lazily attempt to pretend that they wanted to conceal that woman's identity.
Yeah. Every now and then her face would pop out of the blur.
Right there, you could
like,
see exactly
oh shit, we didn't move the blur with her face. There she is.
Like, why did you even try?
Yeah.
They could say that they tried.
Yeah. I don't know. Molly the meter maid. We're not supposed to use TikTok anymore because, as we've always suspected, it's the Chinese government.
Boy, I'm shocked.
And they're collecting.
That came out of
But
nowhere.
I'm sitting there going, what do they not have already? They got it all. I mean, I go online with an Apple phone. I mean, they got my face identity. They got my, I go to the airport. I use Clear where they do the retinal scan.
You do?
Of course I do.
Oh, no.
They've already got it, dude.
Yeah, but just in principle.
Y'all are dumb. They've already got it. They got your thumbprint from the older version. But now they got your facial recognition. I walked up to the airport thing coming through customs a couple of weeks ago. You don't even have to show them your passport anymore. It's got facial recognition on the camera. You step up to the deal and boom, they're like, welcome home, Mr. Prather.
Wow, that is terrifying.
Yeah, so trust me, they've got it.
But just based on principle, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm over that. I'm not.
He's like, I travel too damn much to have principles.
Like I'm like, look, they're gonna kill us anyway. I'm some IRS agent's gonna piss me off and take me out because I'm gonna be a smart ass like dude with the meter maid.
Is it gonna be the one in the wheelchair?
You know what? Run me down. Run me down because I'm not running away. It's Stand your ground, castle law, whatever. Kiss my ass. My 4-pound dachshund, I'll sick him on you.
Oh.
Biscuit will take care of business.
She will.
Yeah. I'm done with it. I mean, look, they got all the information. We've lost.
Well.
There it is.
Time to pack it in, guys. That's it for us.
Shutter the building. Glenn was right all along. We lost.
What are we doing here, guys?
The Lord is not on the throne. Klaus Schwab. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to be a Democrat.
It does seem a lot easier. Nothing has to make sense.
But no, I did the clear thing because I was like, they've already got it. They got it. Wow. And I hate lines. So they got it. How quick can we play a TikTok? You know what? Let's give me some of that Chinese government propaganda. Go.
So I thought I'd bring you an update of the whole gender identity situation and how I'm handling it in my classroom. So the student who originally asked me about, pronouns and identifiers, and if I had them, I went up to her and I asked what the best way for me to go about this with students was.
Pete Davidson looks
And they
horrible.
told me that I should take the time and individually ask each student privately to know what their identity was, how I should refer to them, and how I should refer to them around their parents, because that's a different issue. I then took a minute to thank them because, this is an important change that I need to make, and I wanted them to know that they're responsible for it. Okay, this is where it gets heartfelt. The way this individual thanked me for what I was trying to do and the attempts I was making, guys, I had to take a minute. There was a little bit of crying. Not in front of her, on my own, in my own car.
I like the 2-camera angle.
I know.
Like, what are we filming, a sitcom here? Like, we're going to go this way, and it's like, look at my butthole eyes from this light. These people are insane. Insane. Hang on, we'll be right back.
Hasn't yet.
All right, watchchad.com. Come see me September 3rd. Come see me September 9th in Granbury, Texas, and then come see me in Waco September 10th. We're going to burn that place down. Watchchad.com has all that joke went right past you, didn't it? Right? Never mind. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, Waco.
Womp, womp.
Womp, womp, womp. I'm wearing an ATF shirt.
AFT?
AFT. Waco joke. Never mind.
Got it. I got it. I'm there. I got it.
Go. And of course, shopsarag.com and Sara Gonzales Unfiltered on YouTube. Check her out. Tune into Overtime, blazetv.com/Chad. Use promo code Chad. Sarah and I are going to kick it around for about 20 more minutes. Bring it to you there. Love you. Bye.